Good evening. Namaste. Today I want to talk about the RBI monetary policy. Now, RBI monetary policy was declared by RBI Governor Mr. Shaktikanta Das today. Over the last 3 days, the Monetary Policy Committee was in a meeting to decide about the policy resolutions for the next quarter. This committee meets at least 4 times in a year. Now, the decisions that were taken in this current meeting and how they will impact common people like us is very necessary to be understood. We read about it in newspapers, we see discussions about it on news channels, but how it affects money flow in our pocket is a very interesting thing to know. Now, there are some pointers in the monetary policy decision. The first that I want to start with is the repo rate. Now, what is the repo rate? Repo rate is the rate at which banks borrow money from RBI for a short term basis. Now, when someone borrows money, interest has to be paid. Now, repo rate represents that interest percentage. It has remained unchanged and stands at 4%. Now, this is the case from May 2020. So, from May 2020, RBI has kept the repo rate unchanged. It has neither increased it nor decreased it. Now, when I say it is the rate at which banks borrow money from RBI and RBI has kept that rate unchanged, what does it mean? It means that it is more practical, cost saving for the banks to borrow from RBI rather than borrow money from fixed deposit holders. Are you understanding? Where on a fixed deposit, the bank will have to pay somewhere around 5.75 to 6 or 6.5% depending on the bank. It is getting money from RBI at flat 4%. So, with this monetary policy, FD rates going up, not possible. Always keep in mind, when the repo rate decreases, what happens? Banks can get money at reduced rates from RBI. So why will it borrow and ask people to deposit money at higher rates with them? When we keep money as a fixed deposit in a bank, it becomes the liability of the bank. Bank pays interest to us, correct? So now when they are getting money from RBI at a much lesser interest rate, why would they be interested in giving us a higher interest for the money which we are keeping with them as fixed deposit? So always keep in mind, when the repo rate decreases, FD rate also decreases. When the repo rate goes up, what happens? Banks will have to pay more interest to RBI. So what it does in that case is, it increases the FD rates, it makes the FDs attractive, and more people start putting money in the bank FDs. Correct? Have you understood this? Simple. When the repo rate decreases, bank FD rates also decrease. When the repo rate increases, bank FD rates also increase. Now today, the repo rate has remained unchanged. There will be no effect on the bank FDs. Now, with the repo rate unchanged, the RBI intends to bring more liquidity in the market. With more liquidity, banks will readily be able to give more and more loans to industries, to common people. This typically affects the home loan rates. Home loans currently are at an all-time low. Home loan rates are at an all-time low. With the repo rates remaining unchanged, home loan rates do not see a possibility of going up. So, housing market will see a boom if such rates are maintained. Why? Because more and more people will opt for housing loans, will buy new loans because the rates are at an all-time low. Second point that I want to tell you about today's monetary policy decision is regarding GDP growth. Now, GDP, gross domestic product. Now, the growth forecast was maintained at 9.5%, which is a very, very robust forecast. What this means is the Indian economy on a year to year basis is forecasted to increase at 9.5%, which is one of the highest rates across the world. So post COVID, or once like we are through the second wave of COVID, the economic recovery should be on the right track. That is what the forecast of RBI says. For the next year, the GDP growth is slated at 17%, which is a hurricane task. Third point that I want to point out is the inflation forecast. Now, what is inflation? In simple terms, inflation means the rising prices of retail goods and services, consumer price index as it is called. Now, the inflation forecast as per RBI decisions was reduced, whereas in the previous policy meeting, the inflation forecast stood at 5.7%. In today's policy decision, the forecast was downgraded to 5.3%. Is it a good sign for people like us? For common man like us? Absolutely yes. If the inflation reduces, we will have to spend less on buying the same article, same product. Correct? So lowering inflation forecast is a good sign for common people like us. Fourth and the most important decision that RBI has taken today is it is going to introduce offline digital payments. Now, I hope all of you know that the UPI payment system that is prevalent in India clocks the highest number of digital transactions, surpassing developed nations like many European countries or the US, China. Yeah, it has surpassed all these nations, and the digital payment transactions in India are at an all-time high. Now, by introducing offline digital payment methods, so in areas where say the internet connectivity is low or there is no internet connection at all, still digital payments are going to be possible. Very, very important decision, and it will go a long way. Correct? So these decisions, there are many ratios, there are many figures that the RBI came out with. But for common people like us, these 3-4 pointers are good enough to understand whether we are going to save more, whether we will be able to invest more, or whether we will have to shell more and more money. We will have to spend more and more money. So understanding these monetary policy decisions is very, very important. I hope I'm able to explain you about this complex topic in simple language. And do ask questions if you have any queries, and do follow my channel for more such informative videos. Thank you.